So this is the band Scapular Retraction. You'll see me there kind of looping, showing you how I loop the band. I just have 2 bands like you would use to pump up at a bodybuilding show or in a fitness class with the handles on the ends. So I'll loop it over one hand there, and then you can see loop it over the other forearm. And that's just to prevent, I found if I just simply grab the band, when you start pinching that back with your shoulder blades, those handles go whacking and like flailing all over the place, hit someone if they walk by you, or hit you in the face. Believe me, it's happened to me. So yeah, just tucking those out of the way. You could also do this with like a closed loop band, like something like the Elite FTS bands that I'll be stretching with sometimes in the videos here. I've just kind of liked doing this with the 2 bands there. That blue and yellow seems to be the right amount of tension for me. Everyone these days has got forward shoulder posture, the rounded forward shoulders from bench pressing and swimming and sitting hunched over a desk and all those types of things. And so it's important to get some strength and stability in those lower and middle traps. I also feel like it could possibly help some, maybe, and I feel like it might have helped me a little bit with the lat spread poses in bodybuilding, just kind of having that scapular control, being in touch with your scapula. If you just grab someone and tell them like, hey, do this exercise, they lead with their rear delts and they pull like with their arms. In this case, you want to teach, no, like pinch your shoulder blades, lead with that pinching action. I find a lot of times you'll see me like looking up. For some reason, looking up sometimes helps with this, just kind of mentally getting the cue there. And so to me, this is mostly a preventative type exercise, but I also see it being possibly for development as well. I'm not going to sit here and say that I have, any amazing back or anything, but some of the, I guess, musculature back there that I didn't realize I had, you wonder, are things denser between my shoulder blades because I've been such a stickler of moves like this for so long. You can also do this with cables, where you would grab you can grab 2, and you can see how you would just cross your arms and pinch back, or you can do, I prefer to do it one arm, where you kind of hold one hand on the rod that the attachment thing, like, I don't know why I'm having a hard time thinking what the name of it is, but what you're sliding in and up and down and selecting the height for. And then you go ahead, what I do with that is I actually grab, I don't put any attachment on it, and I simply just grab my hand right directly on the cable on the inside of the like ball that's on there to keep everything kind of tightened around the bolt that's keeping the cable, the loop at the end of it. So I'll put my hand right ahead of that ball, and then again pinch the shoulder blade back, doing those one arm at a time. Typically I'll be doing this in anywhere from like the 12 to 20 rep range, and I guess it's funny because I'm usually the stickler, like there's no reason why you can't have progressive overload in any exercise, but this one in particular, it just seems like if you go too heavy, it almost becomes impossible to lead with the scaps, with the shoulder blades. It seems to, again, you have that takeover with more of the rear delt and arms initiating the movement. So this is kind of what I found to be comfortable. I incorporate these regularly. You'll see too that I'll also go into a one arm action there with the band, alternating. Sometimes I'll do that again as I fatigue. And I guess finally, thinking of an old internship supervisor of mine, he used to talk about what he would call the pencil test. So he would say, if you just stand with your arms relaxed at your sides without even like thinking about what you're doing, and I put 2 pencils in your hands, if the points of those pencils would touch each other or would come close to with how they're aiming, like you need to work on your shoulder posture. You know what I mean? Because you want those pencils technically to be facing straight ahead. I think reality is any bodybuilder that's got pretty developed lats, like we're not going to get that pencil straight ahead, nor do I think we should really be striving for it. Because again, I think if we have the development in our lats that we want, bodybuilders, powerlifters, kind of anyone that wants that bigger, wider back, I don't necessarily know that we're going to have this perfect quote unquote pencil test, but I certainly think for our shoulder health, it behooves us to do moves like this and to try and be not that guy with the super, or gal with the super rounded over shoulders, and definitely be a little bit just kind of truer throughout our whole upper thoracic area in terms of our posture.